Shalom, welcome to the Jewish View. My name is Rabbi Nachman Simon of the Chabad House of Delmar, and we have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Alan Lobel. Alan, welcome to the Jewish View.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Well, besides being a businessman, I see that in your spare time, if you say, or maybe a lot of your time, you're a health fitness junkie, can we say? Or maybe that's not the right word. But
yes, I enjoy working out, yes.
Listen, people can see, because we're on television, of course. Congratulations, Alan Lobel, Silver Sneakers. Tell us first, before your prize, what is the Silver Sneakers organization?
Silver Sneakers is part of Healthways. It's a national organization that has 13,000 gyms in this country, or workout centers. And anybody over 65 that signs up can go to any one of these gyms for free anytime they want. So if I go to Florida on vacation or California on vacation, I can go to any of the gyms out there for free. In this area, in this area of Albany, there are 41 gyms within 10 miles or 15 miles of here that I can go to at no charge. I just pass my card through and it's done. And you can work out for free. It is just fascinating. CDPHP is phenomenal. They're the sponsors of this thing locally. Ali Skinner, who I work with, is absolutely great. And they're the ones that have sponsored the thing locally. But again, there's 13,000 of them across the country. So people that are elderly...
You go on vacation, you go to Florida?
I can go anywhere I want. I can go to any of them and just pass my card. I have a card. I can just pass it through. And
they'll accept it. It's interesting how they make money over here.
And, well, it's a Medicare... But it's a silver sneaker. It's just a card, and I just swipe it into the thing, and I can use it anywhere I want. I go to the Albany Jewish Community Center all the time. I've been a member there for years.
Now you can tell the viewers that you see me working out.
And I see Rabbi working out, and I have to be where the Rabbi is.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important. I mean, it is not a joke that of course, Rabbi, it's spiritual, and you're learning Torah all the time. But, we are in a physical world, and we have a body to take care of, and you got to keep it healthy, too. Can't just forget about your bodily needs. But, that's even one thing I was saying. When you go to the, again, like you say, I go mainly to the Jewish Community Center. But I don't know what percentage. Did they ever see how many people work out? I mean, that are elderly. I mean, you see always teenagers playing basketball. All right, that's nice. But, it seems to me I don't have any statistics, just from my observation, or just even talking to people. You work out, you do anything. I don't think it's too great of a percentage.
It's probably not as many as it should be. It's a shame. But again, there's 13,000 gyms across the country to do it. And the reason they do it is because it's helpful to the senior community, and it's helpful to keep you in shape. And again, I wrote in an article, the one muscle I'm most concerned about is my heart. And if I work out 3 or 4 times a week, which I do, I'm also a very avid golfer. But when I golf, I walk. It's a 5-mile walk.
Really, that's many? I didn't know.
And people don't realize that. It's a 5-mile walk, give or take. It's a 5-mile walk with your friends. I used to carry my bag. Now I have a push cart. But I don't get in a cart and just ride around. A lot of people just ride around.
And they're not getting
And it's really minimal. There's no exercise to speak of. But I do that. And then the other days I work out at the
JCC.
And I love it.
No, it's really great. I just think that most people, it's funny because people kind of give me the ribs that they say that, oh, Rabbi, you're working out, they see it to JCC. But I consider it important. And, I'm always telling, I have a shopping list for people. Oh, come to services and do this and learn Torah. But, what am I supposed to say? You should work out. I see people out of shape. And, my legs they're bothering me. And you see they're overweight. So I'm not a doctor to tell people what to do, but on the other hand, I think it's so important to work out.
A very close friend of mine, who I'll rename nameless at this point, but he's in charge of a very big Jewish organization in this area. I use this one exercise bike. I can get into that later, but it goes from 1 to 20 miles, and I've been doing it for 7 years now. I'm up to 14,000 miles on this bike. But my friend, about 3 years ago, started at the gym.
Should have taken a trip to Israel over there with your bike.
He got on a bike, and he said, "Oh my!" And he did a 1 mile flat route, and he could barely finish it. He was in that terrible a shape. He wasn't nearly as old. 6 or 8 weeks later, he was doing 9 miles.
Really?
It is just phenomenal. And the goal of exercise is to do a little more every day. So if you do 1 mile today, next week try to do 1.5 miles. And if you do a mile in 5 minutes, try to do it in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. You can do it any way you want, but it's important to just continue to try to do a little bit more.
Does Silver Sneakers tell you how to stay fit? I mean, sometimes, I know Weight Watchers doesn't just tell you, hey, lose weight. They're telling you eat this, eat that. Silver Sneakers gives you tips.
No, not too much. No, not really.
Really?
I mean, CDPHP might do more than that. But Silver Sneakers is really involved with the, and Healthways that owns Silver Sneakers, a major national company. But they're more concerned with helping people just to go to a gym and work out. I mean, I work on an exercise bike, but I could do anything in the gym. I could lift weights. I could ride any kind of different things. I could play basketball. The JCC has an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. I could swim. I don't have to be on the bike that I am. I can do anything I want.
But that's what I'm saying. I go to JC and there's so many different machines. You don't really, I mean, I don't surely have time for everything. No one has. But you'd be there for hours every day. But, they just don't know exactly the protocol. I guess there's physical trainers there in every place.
They have some excellent trainers at the JCC. I work with Kerry Engel periodically, and she is absolutely wonderful. And Tom O'Canis is the head guy. They're great people, and I talk to them periodically about it. But they love me working on this thing. There's very little stress on your body when you use a bike. But that doesn't mean you're not pounding. If you're doing it on a treadmill, you're banging your legs all the time.
Yeah, that's why I know a few people that even jog around and then, all right, jogging is the best thing. And then, my legs, they're hurting me and they're, it seems like they're pounding. They're not doing, that's what I'm saying. You have to know the right exercise. Or, as few people say they did weights and then they pulled a muscle because it wasn't the right weight.
But the great thing about most of these gyms is they do have trainers. The Jewish Community Center surely has a lot of trainers. But most of these gyms have lots of trainers. I was just looking, I just wrote out a list today where you can get Silver Sneakers just in around here. The Albany YMCA, the Health Living Center, Court Club, Vent Fitness, the Bethlehem YMCA, Troy YMCA, Vent Fitness, Guilderland YMCA, ABC Sports and Fitness. Again, there's 41 of them within 10 or 15 miles of here. That any senior can go and work out for free. And the other wonderful thing about Silver Sneakers and CDPHP, where I work out at the Albany Jewish Community Center, the Jewish Community Center makes a little bit of money every time I swipe my card. So while it's free for me, they do get paid.
They're getting something.
And that's great. They get paid from CDPHP, they get a check. And that's awesome.
I mean, it really is. Yeah, it seems like it's just such a win-win situation.
For everything.
The institution gets money, the person gets healthy, they're not paying any dues. I mean, it's just like it's too good to believe in a way.
Should we talk about the Swanson World?
Yeah, well, yeah. I've known you for years, of course, and you were overweight. So tell me still a little bit, you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
you must be if you have to work out that much.
I really tried working out because I think that's a very, very important way to lose weight. I mean, you can go on a Weight Watchers diet and stuff, but I'll tell you something, when you're exercising your heart and you're exercising the rest of your body, I think that's a wonderful way to lose weight. I never went to Weight Watchers. I never went to any of them, but that's what I've done. And my weight has been pretty good.
I think it's so doubly important today because maybe people learn from their grandparents. You'd have to walk everywhere. Who had cars even 50 years ago, 70 years ago? Your grandparents. They hardly owned a car. So you walked here, you walked there, you schlepped bags from the grocery. I mean, that's an exercise too. You have a few bags in your hand. That's like weights. And now, I mean, I know for myself, but I think I'm typical of everybody. You go from a house to the car, 10 feet, car to the mall or whatever, another 10 feet. If I park a little farther away and get a little exercise, my kids are screaming at me. And, that's also a thing. I mean, even though we're talking about senior citizens, kids are terribly obese. I mean, so put in a pitch for them that they should get some exercise also.
Without question.
But no one's doing anything. You sit in your house and even
and watch TV or play with a computer. It does nothing.
Yeah, in the olden days, you'd have walk here, walk there, lift this, lift that.
Right.
So I think people really have to, maybe they were used to, well, my grandparents never did anything. They never went to the gym, and that's not part of their culture. But it's a new culture, and therefore you can't just sit around and think the body's going to acclimate to such a restive kind of
Right.
existence.
I agree.
But now you lost a lot of weight. Tell us about your award. Everybody could see, and then maybe I'll.
Why don't you can read that real
I'll
quick.
read this because I don't think it'll show up on the television. It's so small. The Richard L. Swanson Inspiration Award finalist 2016, Alan Lobel. Yeah. For his participation in the Healthway Silver Sneakers fitness program and for maintaining a healthy, active lifestyle, making a difference in his life and serving as an inspiration to others to exercise and improve their quality of life. Healthway Silver Sneakers Fitness. Well, that's why I had you on the television show in order to be an inspiration.
Thank you.
Talk for, and we have, thousands of viewers here. So therefore, be an inspiration. I mean, it really is. It's not a joke. It's just that, that's why I say I really am an advocate. It's funny, a rabbi should be an advocate for health
That's
fitness.
great.
But listen, you can't do mitzvahs if you're sick in bed, and
Without
you
question.
can't be a good person. You can accomplish anything, but if you're a sickly person, like I say, their legs are no good, they can't get around, or
it's tough.
they're bed sick, or if they die early, listen, if you can put a few extra years on your life and do some good things with your
Absolutely.
life, that's you don't accomplish anything, in the grave. In any case, tell us, how many people are entered or how you won the award.
Well, there's 13,000 gyms, and I don't know how many people were nominated. Many, many hundreds at least were nominated, and they picked 10 finalists nationally, and I was one of them. And
How did they know about you? I mean,
somebody nominated. I'm not even sure exactly who nominated. It might have been somebody from the Jewish Community Center, but somebody nominated me, and I was nominated for the award. And then you can vote, and everybody can vote at least once a day for 21 days.
I did vote for you.
And it was very interesting because I sent a note out to everybody, said, please vote. And I asked the
You
lady,
sound like you can run for the governor.
I
Right?
asked the lady from Healthways who's out in California, Margie, I said, how many votes won it last year? She said, about 12 or 1,500.
That's
I
not
said,
that
"Oh."
much, yeah.
I got 2,100 votes this year. I was so excited
They
until
made
I
it.
found out that the lady that won it, who has no legs, who has prostheses on both legs, and works out every day, she got 13,000 votes. And there's a fellow that's blind, she's from Alabama, the fellow that's blind is from Florida, and he got 10,000 plus votes. And again, if you didn't know who I am, which anybody in another state surely, or any place doesn't know exactly, they're going to vote for somebody that's really, I'm meaningful, but I'm very, very healthy. These couple people have a lot of issues, but they work out and their lives are going to be longer. Their lives is very, very powerful. I came in about 5th in the nation, which is
That's
phenomenal.
pretty funny. Yeah, I know, it's incredible.
And when you think about how many gyms there are,
yeah.
it's
How many
mind-boggling.
people are working out.
Yeah, and it's great that people are working out. There's still a long way to go.
Yeah, well, that's why I say I think that's why I say it's important to be on the show to be inspiration. That's why I wanted that, because and that's what I'm saying. We're dealing with seniors because silver sneakers, but even teenagers. You see, again,
Teenagers
they're
need
just
to-
sitting on the computers and they say that people are obese today,
And they go in and they go to the bar and have a few beers. They're not doing anything to help their livelihood.
that's all right. Keep rolling.
They're not doing anything to help their life be long term. That's a tough situation.
Yeah, no.
And it doesn't matter what exercise. I mean, I work on the bike, and I tell you a quick story about the bike.
Go ahead.
It's a thing called an espresso bike. It has 45 different routes on it, anywhere from 1 to 20 miles. About 7 or 8 years ago, I've been on the board of the Jewish Community Center for many years. And 7 or 8 years ago, they wanted to put a whole bunch of new equipment in, which they did.
This stuff's expensive, though.
Very
also.
expensive. And I went to the Jewish Community Center in Rochester where my in-laws were. And I went over just to see what equipment they had. And this guy says, you got to buy this machine. And I went back to the fellow at the Jewish Community Center. He said, Alan, I love it. So they bought 2 of them 7 years ago. And again, I've been doing this thing. I can keep track of every single thing I do. I can go on a computer. I could show you right now how many miles I've done. When I did the last ones, they have contests every month. And the routes are fun. The 1 mile flat is simple. But I'll tell you, the 20...
They're bicycles, or they're not treads?
These are only bicycles.
Yeah.
Only bicycles. But the 20-mile one has 6 40-degree hills. Go up a 40-degree hill for half a mile 6 times. And you want to... Not that I wanted to kill myself, but oh my
Yeah.
God. But it's great. It keeps you working out. It's phenomenal. And again, I can see, Rabbi, if you were on that thing today, we can race each other if we're on each of us on the same machine.
You mean like you put in your computer chip or what?
No, you don't have to put a computer. All you do is sign up.
Sign in the machine.
The machine automatically goes right to you. But if I see you did Savage Revenge yesterday, I can see and I can see the time you did. I can try to beat you.
Yeah.
So it's competitive, and it's really, it's the only machine I've ever seen that's really actually competitive, and I can try to.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You don't know what anybody else is doing.
But you can find it out. Yeah. But if you go on a treadmill, nobody knows what you did.
Yeah, so that makes it a little bit more. That's why you always say exercise together with somebody. You see that kind of notation. But here, even if you don't, you're kind of together with someone because you're seeing what they're doing.
No, but it's just great. And I think, and there's a lot of gyms that are great. I mean, I've been, again, a member of the Jewish Community Center and on their board for many years. It's a wonderful place. But I'm not here to talk about that specifically.
Well, all gyms probably, a
lot of them are very, very, very good. But, but people need to go there. And again, the beautiful thing about over 65 when you're retired, you don't actually, I had a fellow in my building who's a great social worker that is way out of shape. And I just happened to mention when I got this award, he said, "What'd you do?" Well, it's for people over 65 and it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything to join. And I have an office right near the Jewish Community Center, a mile away. And he said, and that's where he is. And he said, "Oh my God, I'm going over there right now." And he did. He didn't always work out on my machine, but he started working out and it cost him nothing.
Yeah,
it doesn't get better.
Really.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Silver Sneakers. I mean, there's a lot of $10 per month gyms in this area, and that's great too. I'm not minimizing any which one. But the nice thing about a place like the Jewish Community Center or the Wise, they have people there that can help you. More so than the other ones.
Yeah, it's important. Well, I've gone to them also, and something with the back. I am a little tight in the back, and they can give you a few tips right away.
Right.
Hey, try this little exercise and that little exercise, and do that way. So it's important because again, obviously, it doesn't take too much to get on a treadmill and just hit the machine and go. But like I say, I mean, truth is, you could do it the wrong way, the wrong weight,
the wrong speed.
Yeah.
You could try to push yourself to. Should you go for 5 miles at 5 miles an hour, or 3 miles at 30 miles an hour? And that's what a trainer can tell you what to do. That's a very different form of exercise. Go very fast or longer for slower. And everybody's different. Everybody has a different health facility, health capability.
Yeah.
And they have to decide what's best for them. Some people will lift lots of weights. I watch people lift hundreds. I used to lift weights years ago. Hundreds of pounds of weights. Not hundreds. I used to lift 5 pounds of weights. I'm only kidding. But people do that, and it's great for you. Doesn't hurt.
But you got to know how.
But you got to know what's best for your body.
Yeah.
And a trainer can do that for you.
And you're not a football player. So you have one other write-up. Let me see that before
This was from the Senior Spotlight. Right on the cover, it says Alan Lobel's Passion for Exercise, and it has a whole 2-page article about me right here. Unbelievable. And it says, just, by the way, I've also burned in the last 7 years 650,000 calories. That's
a lot. You read a few excerpts from that?
Yeah, let me read this one from CDPHP. Ali Skinner is just great. "I think one of the misconceptions people have about health insurance is that it's only there for when people are sick," says CDPH spokesman Ali Skinner. "What they don't realize is that we have programs to help promote an active lifestyle. Heart disease, strokes, diabetes, all of these things can be prevented through physical activity, and it doesn't have to be strenuous either." Engel, who's the trainer at the JCC, added that exercise can be a gateway for seniors to getting out and being among others. That's the other thing about physical activity. It can help combat loneliness and depression. Excuse me. That's very, very, very important.
I think that's an important point. Once she said that, I know Carrie myself, and it is an important point because they say that, again, I'm not a doctor or nutritionist, but just exercising just lifts your spirits.
It lifts your spirits.
And that's it. Like, say, older people, I mean, again, truth is, everybody gets depressed, even teenagers. But just get your body moving just puts you in a good mood. Yeah. And for a lot of other things.
Very, very. And again, I was I was in the Albany Times-Union. I was on TV on Channel 6.
You're a real star. Now you're
I
on
was
the
a
Jewish
hero.
View over here.
Now I'm on TV a second time.
Yeah.
This is really exciting.
Well, I think it is. It is like this award says that you're an inspiration to other people. So, I mean, the more you get out there, it's not like, okay, someone exercises. It doesn't sound too much. But again, I'm going to have to find out the percentages of how many people really get out there. And even teenagers, they're supposed to be, you know, you'd think a teenager's active.
But the most important thing about silver sneakers is that it's, if you're over 65 and quote, you're retired, you don't have any money, this is free. And it doesn't get better than going to a gym that has all the different kinds of, you can buy a treadmill for your house, you can buy a bike for your house, an indoor bike. We have a couple things at home. But the reality is the Jewish Community Center and many of these other places have 100 different machines there. And you can do any one you want. And it's so, so important.
I also think, you know,
And they're much better machines too.
Again, people say, I don't know if I do 3 times a week, and they say, oh, Rabbi, you should do maybe like yourself 4 or 5 times a week. But I know for myself, and you're right, we have some old treadmill, you know, bicycle in the house. But if I know I'm at the J, well, I'm there for business. You know, I'm not going to sit there, you know, I can put my gym clothes on, you know, get to work. You know, that's what it, and at home, no, well, it never goes. So I think that's also an important point, because people could ask, hey, you know, I can buy one machine and I don't have to go out and do it myself. I don't have statistics. I know for myself, that's all.
Yeah, but
you know, in yourself, you don't get motivated. And like you say, you see other people, that's why I say, oh, this guy's doing this and this guy's doing that.
And those machines are fine, but like Dick's sells all these machines. Dick's Sporting Goods sells all these machines, but they're not gym quality machines. These are the best machines, whether it's the Jewish Community Center or the Y. I'm not picking on who has the best ones, but these are professional machines. The ones you get in a Dick's, and they cost a lot more than the one you buy at Dick's, for sure. But they'll give you the steady growth. That bike that I ride on not only has all these hills on some of the things, but it also has 30 different gears. So if you start going up a 40-degree hill and you've been going at 24, gear of 24, you get it down to 14 real quick, let me tell you, because that'll kill you.
No, it's important. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we should show this machine. We don't have the
it's not here? I thought she brought it with her.
Maybe we should, but it's like first time I saw it, it's almost like a movie you're watching.
Yeah, and that's right. There's a screen and you can see everything you're doing. And if I feel real good today, I can do the 20-mile one. If I feel fair, I can do a 10-mile one or 5-mile. I can do whatever I please.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting because obviously another treadmill, and people say maybe they have their own TV, but they don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
And this also is a motivation. Hey, I'm going up a hill instead of just the machine telling you with a graph you're going up another bar or something like that.
And it keeps track of everything. I can look at, again, after the show, I can show you on the computer exactly what I've done. It'll tell me exactly what I've done, when last time I rode it, how many calories I burned, what I did, how many miles, what my speed was, every single thing. And I'm not here to talk about the machine. I'm more talking about silver sneakers, because I think, and again, silver sneakers in Healthways is phenomenal nationally. Phenomenal.
I don't think you can get better than that.
And locally, CDPHP and Allie Skinner was the best. She's a beautiful young lady from CHP, and they care deeply about their Medicare provider. I mean, I have Medicare, which is, quote, free, but then I have a supplemental insurance also that is very, very, and she went through it with me. It is the best. And I just love them. They're just a local company, and they just do phenomenal work in the community.
Yeah, again, I just play upon the statement you said earlier that, people just think, oh, when I'm sick, I see a doctor, think about my health. Oh, yeah, I had a heart problem. Now I'm going to have to do something about it. And prevention is the best medicine, like it's a famous statement, but I don't know. Again, I'm just thinking that most people should get out there, eat normally, and of course I eat kosher too. That would be better, but you can have a lot of schmaltz and kosher also.
But if you walk a 5-mile golf course, that's fine too. That's good exercise. That's not what I do. Isn't necessarily any better than that, but you need to do some kind of exercise. You really need to go out and do something. And if you do it outside versus a gym, that's okay too. I mean, I'm here talking about silver sneakers. This is all gym stuff. But if you want to go outside and play golf, or you want to go outside and play basketball outside,
people walk around
and walk around is fine too.
I see them, they're jogging around.
My wife most of the time takes 3-mile walks in her neighborhood with her friends.
Really?
That's okay. There's nothing bad about that exercise.
Yeah, sure. Anything you do is good.
It's very, very critical. But the nice thing about a lot of people, when you get to be 65, a gym is a nice place to be. It's quiet, it's unassuming, and it's free.
It's not only that, but you say taking a walk and jogging is very nice, but how many days, first of all, it's snowing and you slip, or that it's rainy. So you say, okay, it's rainy, I'm not doing it. And gym's a gym. Any day of the year is, it's good.
This is really exciting, Rabbi. I'm really, really excited about this.
We have to work out together a little more.
We're going to work out tomorrow. First thing, I'll be there at 5:30 in the morning when the Jewish Community Center opens, and we'll work out till 10:30. We'll work 5 hours tomorrow.
What about chakras? You have to daven too. You have to.
We'll daven in between.
Yeah. Maybe make a minyan at the services.
We can have a minyan at the service. We'll have a minyan at the services, and so I'll meet you at 5:30 tomorrow morning. We'll start right away.
What are you turning into a physical trainer?
And we'll do 50 miles on a bike. We'll have a great time. I'm kidding.
I do a lot of exercise. I do try to do a few things. There's an elliptical and the rowing machine.
I've watched it. You do great, and you sweat a little bit is wonderful. It really, really, it's very, very important to your body.
I think to keep healthy is a major idea. I just always, it is the Jewish view, so I like putting in a Jewish word. And the Maimonides, who's the most essential, basic commentary in Judaism, he didn't say, again, pray the whole day. He's very, very logical. People know that, the scholars know that. And he said that a guf bari, which means in Hebrew, a healthy body, is one of the ways, Madarkei Hashem, of the ways of serving God. Because we are in this world. We have to do what we have to do. And listen, if God wanted us to be spiritual, He would have stayed. We would have stayed in the Garden of Eden. This way, we're down in this world. You got to eat normally.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't talk about nutrition. I've had nutritionists on the Jewish View here because I think that's also important. I said kosher is of course important, but like I say, you can eat a lot of schmaltz and being fat also, even kosher.
But it's so important, Rabbi. You are so wonderful in the community. You do so many wonderful things to your congregation and to the entire, not only Jewish community, but the entire community. And that's what it's all about. I've told people many, many times about religion. Religion is about how you care about people. And whether you keep kosher or you don't keep kosher, everybody has a different viewpoint. I surely keep kosher also. But the most important thing is how you care about people. And Rabbi, you are the best. And I mean that sincerely. You're a phenomenal family, phenomenal kids, phenomenal wife, and you care so deeply about the community. That's why you're here talking about working out and helping people. And that's what you do. And I am really, really, really proud of you.
Thank you very much, Alan, for those beautiful words. And without that, we have to end with a blessing. Should have long, healthy years, and we should live together and in good things and only for blessings.
I love it.
Thank you.